Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. In this episode, I'm going to share with you an update on my food forest. I'm going to share with you how my tomatoes are doing, how my sweet peppers are growing, how I'm harvesting a lot of things such as kale and onions. And I also want to share with you how I'm preparing my food forest for my absence when I go on vacation by using shade cloths to create microclimates around the food forest, and that will keep the plants from evaporating too much. Also, I'm going to share with you my harvest of onions and string beans. And let's see what else. I think that's about it. I have a little water feature I want to share with you. I think I mentioned kale before. Let me see if I could think of anything else. Anyway, all right. I hope you all be blessed. So I harvested a lot of kale. As you can see here in this little red bistro chair, another day I harvested some, and along with green beans that are growing from the hanging baskets. And here are some beans that I also grew during the spring in the greenhouse. Here is a Genevieve heirloom tomato. And here are some Amish paste tomatoes on the vine. They started out being the weakest seedlings, but they actually became the best tomatoes. I've been harvesting tomatoes all week long and just having a good time. Some of them I let fully ripen on the vine, and some of them I harvest when they're turning ripe, because I'm sure you guys know that tomatoes can be harvested early. They don't lose any sweetness because of that. Here are some of my green peppers. These are heirloom peppers. The seeds, again, I bought from Baker Creek. And it's been a lot of fun harvesting and chopping them every day. Onions and peppers don't have to be blanched, so they're easily preserved by freezing them. Just make sure that you remove all of the seeds from the peppers and that little white inside rib, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you take that out so they can remain sweet. And I keep them for over a year in the freezer. Here's my harvest from yesterday. Green beans, tomatoes, and a few onions. You can see the onions better in this picture. I apologize for not having the camera on the right feature. And here I'm just individually showcasing a few of the choice tomatoes and peppers. In my front yard, I took a picture of the first moonflowers. And that is the Washingtonian pine that I grew from seeds. Here are my first ground cherries. Here's a nice meal I cooked the first day my sister arrived, all homegrown. Fried green tomatoes and some kale greens with a little turkey wing. I had made some cornbread without eggs, and I also served that with some pickled beets and chow relish. Okay, gardeners, I want to share this bird bath, a little water feature. I paid a few dollars for it on Wish.com. I've had it for several years, and as you know, I told you guys my sister is visiting me, and so I moved the bird bath, and she set up this solar little feature, and I'm really enjoying it. And the good thing about it is you don't have to worry about changing your water every single day because you don't have stagnant water. So you want to accumulate mosquitoes. And I thought this would be a good place to put it so I can look up under my gazebo, sit down and watch it. I was amazed that it started working so fast because we didn't charge it up. And I'm backing back up under the gazebo, and I can share with you. I've got my hummingbird feeders over here. Although I haven't seen any yet, I'm really excited about it, the possibilities. Now, here I want to share with you how I prepared my garden for my absence during my vacation. I hung 50% shade cloths, those are the black ones, over the raised garden beds. And of course, those were horizontal. And then I hung up a 90% shade cloth vertically around some of the fruit trees. And this would create microclimates in the food forest as well as shading it. And we will have a drop in the temperature. It will be, 5 to 10 degrees cooler under the shade cloths. And that'll give the a garden a chance to not dry out so quickly. And had a lot of rain, so I'm not really concerned about the fruit trees at all. But my potted plants, I'm going to move all of them up under the gazebo so they'll be shaded all around the gazebo. And let's see what else I've done. Since I made this short video, I hung up even more 90% shade cloths at the back of the food forest. So I can go away and have a good time and not worry about the food forest. And I'll have a caretaker watering the plants if needed. But if it just rains one day while I'm away, it'll be fine until I get back in town. For the last 2 weeks, I've been harvesting my crops every single day, and I've been blanching them, the ones that need it, and putting them in the freezer for me to can later when the weather is cooler. So here you're looking at some green beans. Actually, this is my first harvest of green beans. I have more to harvest when I get back. So all I did was inspect them, of course, wash them, and then I snapped them and I blanched them in for 2 minutes in boiling water, and then I removed them into using a strainer, and I put them in a sink full of cold water with ice in it to stop the action. I just love how they turn a beautiful bright green when you blanch your veggies. Here are some onions and sweet peppers that my sister chopped up for me. We had a lot of fun. I was snapping green beans. She was chopping up the onions. I don't remember what else I was doing, but we were reminiscing how my mother would make us chop up everything nice and even. Well, not even, but, consistent. And we learned that from her. So we had a good time reminiscing about the good old days. And we had to admit to one another that we both like shopping by hand the old-fashioned way. And we don't own food processors. Good morning, gardeners. I harvested the rest of the tomatoes in my greenhouse because I have a serious whitefly infestation due to all of the rain. So let me just show you that we've got some beautiful tomatoes. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. This is a real heavy, meaty tomato. Some of them are turning, ripening. Some of them are green. I'm going to cook a special meal tonight for my sister. Well, we're going to Disney World tomorrow. We fly out. And so I'll cook some green ones. The ones that are red, I'll freeze them. And when I get back, all of these should have ripened on this table. So I'm very excited. I'm going to drench my greenhouse tomato plants with neem oil and water. I'm going to put about 2 ounces, maybe even 3, in a gallon of water. And I'm going to go crazy drenching everything in there because we don't have any rain in the forecast. But that doesn't mean anything because, as you know, we've been getting rain even when we're not even predicted to get rain. But anyway, I wanted to share my blessing with you. And if I don't make another video until I get back in town, God bless each and every one of you. I'm hoping to find some botanical gardens, something that has to do with nature while I'm in Florida at Disney World. And if I come across that, I will do some live videos maybe. Okay, take care. And again, God bless each and every one of you. Wow, that'll make a good BLT, but I don't eat bacon anymore. That'll make a good tomato sandwich. Bye now. Well, I'm back from vacation. I had a marvelous time at Disney World with my family. And I got a haircut before I left. My son, who is a barber, gave me a maintenance-free haircut, and I am so happy that I did it. I want to thank all of you all for watching my video, and I also want to say if you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I'm going to bring you part 2 of this video and let you see how the food forest fared in a terrible storm. We had 71 miles per hour winds, and I have some damage, but you know what, guys? I am thankful for the amount of good things that I can see around the food forest. So stay tuned. I'll bring you part 2 of this video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye now.